What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. First off, I want to apologize because I'm just so bad at uploading. I don't want to make any more excuses. I promise to do a lot more this summer, okay? I promise. Anyway, story time. So a couple of weeks ago, I went over my data spending limit on my postpaid plan, which was not good. Not good at all. I'm sorry, Mom. And then a couple of days later, I forgot to pay for my internet bill, so I was pretty much cut off from all internet that I had access to. So for a couple of days, I was pretty much just mooching off my friends' devices for a little sneak peek of Instagram, Facebook, just basic web browsing. And then one time, I asked if I could borrow Chloe's phone, and she got pretty real with me. She let me borrow her phone, but she was like, "Ikaw, di ka mabuhay-buhay na walang internet." I shrugged it off, but it got me thinking, like really thinking whether or not I could live without it, because I don't want to be that person. Have I become that person? I don't want to be that person, and honestly, I was afraid. So I decided to go a week without it, because let's face it, the internet, social media, they've become such normal parts of our lives that we don't even think about it anymore. You know, it's just something that we do normally, instinctively. And we do it when we're busy, when we're out, when we're with friends, before we go to bed. Sometimes we even use it when we're watching something. Can you just think about that and don't even pretend that you don't? Okay, that's a lie if you don't. A week without internet. I did it, and to be honest, it wasn't even that hard. Okay, all jokes aside, I really did do it, so let's get started. So I pretty much anticipated that the first few days were going to be the hardest, and I guess the biggest struggle or challenge that I found on the very first day was the fact that I was doing it alone, because I didn't drag anybody to do it with me, because I really wanted to see how I would interact with everybody while they were, you know, doing their thing on their phones. It was so hard because like we'd eat out and we would all be sitting there and everybody would use their phones and I would just be there, you know, just waiting for someone to talk to me. Second challenge though was me bringing out my phone, you know, instinctively, just like popping it out, but then I realized that I couldn't use it. I'd lock it, put it back on my phone, and then I'd repeat that after 5 seconds. And then I literally have no idea how many times I did it that day, but I survived. I pretty much spent the day planning and shooting because I had a project due in 2 days, which was video work, so it was pretty fun. I went home after that at around 6, and then I did a few errands. And time check, it is currently 9:37. Did a couple of things for my school project, and then I did the laundry, but now I have nothing else to do. So I think I'm gonna go straight to bed, which is a little weird because I never go to sleep this early. So on the second day, I didn't really feel it that much. It was pretty much dedicated to shooting and editing. Like even though I was on my phone, I didn't feel the need to open Instagram or Facebook because I was so caught up in the cramming that was going on. So yeah, I was able to get home at around 7 p.m. And like the biggest thing I noticed was I was able to go to sleep right away. Because you know, when you get home from a tiring day, we normally like sit down, open our phones, and then go on Instagram or whatever, and we call it rest, even though we're still pretty tired, rather than just going to sleep. So this time I was able to go take a nap right away. It's 11:40 and I just finished editing this video for school, and I honestly feel like I was able to do that because I didn't have access to the internet. So I'm an irregular student, meaning I don't have that many classes. So what I did was I like mushed up most of my classes on Wednesday, so it's a full lecture day for me. And usually in class I'd have my phone either in my hand or right in front of me, like on my desk, just sitting there waiting for me to use it. But this time I decided to leave my phone in my bag, and this is where it gets weird. I actually understood everything in class. Like, you know when you do that pretend hand nod when your teacher looks at you, you know, you're just like I did that, and I actually knew what I was nodding off to. I was like, okay, my brain is on fire. You know, it was just so weird. Maybe it was a particularly easy subject, I don't know, but I was able to focus on just the class itself. So maybe not having my phone paid off. Maybe. And then I got home at around 5 p.m. and I realized that my place was a dump. I don't really consider myself a messy person, but you know, things tend to pile up when you're too busy to tidy up. You know, you leave one thing out and then you leave another, and the next thing you know, those little things turn into this one big mess. So on Wednesday, I decided to clean up.
Pork parts.
then I went to bed really early. So the fourth day was actually the most challenging for me because I only had one class in the morning, and then I had to meet up with my group mates later that afternoon. So I had the entire morning and part of the afternoon to kill. And what I would usually do when I had this much time to kill, I'd just go to the library and go online, you know, burn some time. But I couldn't do that. So what I did was I still went to the library, but I decided to play video games on my phone. But this is where I realized that even if you have all the free time in the world, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be productive unless you set your mind to it. So after playing mindlessly for a couple of minutes, I decided to do something productive, which is to write the script for this vlog. So everything I'm saying now and everything I said beforehand was written in the library while I was waiting for my group mate. And then I played more video games. I was able to meet up with my group mates after. It ended at around 5, so I went home. And I had nothing to do. I just wanted to sit down and mindlessly watch TV or something, but I really wanted to be productive, so I decided to go on my computer and organize my files. It's a very, very tedious task, especially when you've dumped all of your SD card memory onto just like your hard drive and it's just sitting there unorganized. I dedicated my night to that and then to backing it up. But backing up takes forever and you don't really need to, you know, watch it happen, you just leave it. So I decided to take care of my junk drawer, which is my desk right here. It was disgusting and I was always too busy to fix it or organize it. You know, I didn't have enough time. Why do I keep doing this?
I'm sorry.
So anyway, I did. I fixed it up and then I went to bed. Fridays are my clinic days, Fridays and Saturdays. So usually you spend your entire day at the clinic trying to accomplish as many things as you can. But sometimes you plan everything out perfectly, but it doesn't work out. It just blows up in your face and then you want to die. Not literally though. But yeah, it was a very bad day for me as a deaf student. And that's what made it challenging throughout the day to not use the internet, because you know, you go online and then you want to distract yourself or like to numb what you're feeling. So I decided to just go out to the mall and eat some ramen. Staying up a little late tonight because it is Friday, so I stayed up watching TV. So yeah, that's how my Friday night went. What was life before Netflix, right? I don't know. And then on Saturday, I stayed at home, slept in, and then I eventually got up and I made breakfast. Fun fact, I love breakfast. Breakfast food, preparing breakfast, making the coffee, was all great. And then the best part is that I watched The Office while eating breakfast, which is another weird thing I like, is like I enjoy watching while eating, and that's pretty much what I did, so it was awesome. I spent the day just watching The Office, the 4th season of The Office to be exact. And honestly, I felt okay with it because I had a pretty hectic week. So I felt like Saturday was a deserved day off. So yeah, I spent 6 days without internet. Let's just say it's a week, okay? I have to say that it was very interesting, and I know it isn't life-changing because it was only a week. It really showed me how much time I was spending on my phone, which was bad. But yeah, I was able to accomplish everything that I've been holding off on because I was too busy, again with the air quotes, I'm sorry. I was well rested, I was more focused in class. You get so much more out of like putting your phone down for a little while. So before you say that you don't have time for anything, maybe just put your phone down. You'll see how much time you actually have. I honestly don't think that the internet is a bad thing because we get so much out of it. Like, information is just right there. You know, you can get anything from the internet just like that. But it can also serve as like such a big distraction from what we really should be prioritizing, whether it's studies or your work or a project, anything. So yeah, I was able to really take a hard look at how I was spending my time. It's been a couple of weeks since I did this, and I have to say that I have been using my phone less. I mean, I still use it a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but I have picked up certain habits. Like, I've tried reading. What? Like, if anybody knows me, they'd be like, what, you're reading a book? But yeah, I have, because like I want to try spending my time elsewhere. Maybe you guys want to try it out for yourselves. That'll be very interesting. I would love to hear about it. Anyway, that's pretty much that. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me at Bianca Miguela, and I will see you in the next video. It won't take that long, I promise.